My name is Daniela Urbina. I worked at Legacy Pottery Works from October 2017 to August 2018.
My name is Greg. I've been working with Legacy since spring of 2017.
My name is Daisy. I started working at Legacy last March, the March of this year.
Before Legacy, I was a very shy person. It kind of hindered me from being able to find relationships in people, or even just getting help where I could have gotten it, but I didn't because I tended to avoid like any kind of interaction. Not any kind of interaction, but I didn't want to ask for more than I needed from people.
I've never known my father. I never knew nothing about him. Didn't know what he looked like, didn't know what he sounded like. Never, not a picture, not a phone call, no letter, no nothing. So it was my mom pretty much raising me and my younger sister. Unfortunately, my mother, she got real sick and she passed away in April of 2012.
Before I started working at Legacy, I didn't really have much of a life. I didn't go out much. I would go to school and then go home, and then go to school and then go home, and that's it. Legacy actually got me talking to a lot more people, and it helped me make a lot of new friends because I didn't talk much. I've always been kind of shy.
A lot of the things that I was doing with my life, it was because my mother had always motivated me, and transitioning into a world where I wake up every day, reminding myself that I can't get a hold of her, I can't talk to her. It got to me too much, and I couldn't take it. I ended up going out late at night, doing illegal stuff. Because, at the time I didn't have no support from anybody, and I was alone.
At Legacy Garden Works, a lot of the things we did was harvest and plant and get the soil ready for being planted in.
When I was working at Legacy Pottery Works, I learned how to sand, mold, and glaze pottery.
And what I do is, I make coffee for people, but also I roast coffee beans. I package the coffee beans. We cook them at a certain temp. Package them and send them to people who really, really like coffee.
I really liked sanding, but a big part of the work that I was doing was talking with my coworkers and my youth workers. I think that part really made me enjoy going to work.
The job that we do, we go out to other churches and other events, and we make coffee and we connect with people because who doesn't like coffee? Good conversation can go with a cup of coffee.
But it also got me eating a bunch of plants and a bunch of things that came right out of the ground.
I kind of learned how to listen and to initiate in conversations. My youth workers were really proactive in listening to what I had to say, and it kind of made me feel that the stuff that I did or like the stuff that I say matters.
Obtaining my birth certificate wasn't that easy. There was a lot of people within Legacy Ministries that was helping me, and there were a lot of people that I was contacting that I hadn't talked to in years asking for their help, and it was just kind of like a wall after wall after wall type deal. And I remember being on the phone with a Legacy Ministry staff, and I was telling her, I was like, I'm sick of this. I want to give up. This is just too much for me. We've been trying, at this point we have been trying over a year. And she just kept telling me, she's like, no, don't give up. We'll get this. We'll see through to it. I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't have any faith at all. I thought this was gonna be a never-ending battle.
Since I've left Legacy, I'm now a freshman at Wichita State. I'm going to pursue a biology degree in the hopes of becoming a physical therapist later on.
I do plan on going to college after high school. I'm not sure what I'm gonna major in yet though.
And I looked in the mail and there was, something there, and I was just like, oh, there's a piece of mail, and I didn't even really look at it. I just saw my name on it, and I was just like, okay, cool. And I ripped it open, and when I pulled it out, I looked at it, and I had to do a double take because at the top it was clear as day. It was my transcript of certificate of birth, and I had looked at it, and sure enough, my father's name was on my birth certificate. And it was that day that I actually found out his real name. Now that I know his name, it's just like, I'm just now learning more about myself.
The best thing about Legacy for me was honestly just the community, itself. If I was stressed that day or upset that day or something, whenever I came here, it just all left. It just made me a more optimistic person, I guess.
Now I can kind of recognize people who are like me that are shy as well. So I kind of like how Legacy kind of reached out to me. I kind of like reaching out to them because I'm kind of been in their shoes and I know how it feels and I know how to help them because I know how to help. I know what works to help me.
Whereas I'm a convicted felon, whereas most people would see me as monsters, Legacy has done nothing but seen me as an actual human being. They recognize the moments where I'm, making achievements, and they tell me, which is something that a lot of people never did in my life growing up. They acknowledge everything that I do. They tell me that they're proud of me for making it this far. Back then, if someone was saying that they're proud of me, I'd say they're lying to me. But now it's just like when they say that they're proud of me, it's like I know they're telling me the truth because I feel proud of myself for, succeeding in whatever it is I have to do.
And it's just been really great working here.